Yo, it's your boy Six, and welcome back to another self-working card trick tutorial. Let me start off this video by saying a big thank you to you all for your support over 2022. It has been an incredible journey. This year we will monetize over 175,000 viewers. Just, a bunch of new subscribers, so thank you whether you just joined or you've been here from the beginning. Every like, every comment, it really means the world. It really helps support this channel. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know I haven't posted recently, but I just wrapped up my educational leadership program, which was essentially another grad school program, which is now done. So I'm definitely taking a break from school for a little while, which means a lot more content for you all, and now I can put out content on a regular basis. So thank you for all your support, and I'm glad to be back and have some time available to actually devote to letting out my creativity. It's difficult when you have to do things you have to do versus things you want to do. It's always a challenge, and I have so many ideas that I want to share with you all. Even possibly a second YouTube channel on communication and leadership, and if that's something you're interested in, let me know down below. Aside from that, a big thank you to everybody who voted for me for South by Southwest EDU, that huge conference that takes place in Austin, Texas. They selected me, so I will be speaking there, which is incredible. So very excited for that. That's going to be it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but I imagine there'll be many more opportunities after this event. So thank you all for your support on that. I get to speak about the parallels between being a magician and being an educator, and it's my hope that I get to support educators and building connections with their students, because at the end of the day, it's what it's all about. So thank you for everyone who voted for me for that, because I'm excited to be going there. And if you live in Austin, drop a comment down below. Maybe I'll try to do a meetup, or even if you go to any magic conferences. If anybody here that's watching goes to magic conferences, drop a comment down below. Let me know what conference you'll be at in 2023. Now that I have my weekends and evenings and all that good stuff, I will try to make it out there and meet you all, because really the best part of being a magician is the community and getting to meet people and build relationships, because it really is just incredible. And, anywhere I go in the world, I have a friend because of magic, and it's truly I'm just so grateful. So thank you all. I really appreciate it. I hope you all had a great holiday, and I wish you and your family and your loved ones a wonderful 2023. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Happy New Year. And let's go ahead and talk about today's effect. This is a self-bring effect that comes from the mind of Aldo, the brilliant Aldo Colombini. That's right. It comes from a manuscript called CARDSDOTCOM, which was published in 2009. I think the effect was actually published long before then, but I think this one was first included with other effects, and it's called Contact Colors. It's a very powerful effect, multiple layers to it here, but it's also self-working. So I think there's no better way than to end 2022 than with a really powerful, strong effect that I think you're going to enjoy. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's performance. So let's go ahead and take a look at the performance of this effect. I'm going to begin by shuffling the cards up just like this, give them a little mix, and then we'll get started. I'm going to actually take a card out for myself. So let's say I go through here. I'll take this card out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually place that card face up in the middle, just like this. So you can see it go inside the middle. It's fine if it's seen, no big deal. And then I'm going to have the spectator select a card for themselves. So that's my card, but no secrets on my end, but the spectator will select a card. So I go like this, they say stop, and that'll be their card. So in this case, you can take a look at that. That'll be the card, and we'll lose that card somewhere inside the pack. And then I'd ask the spectator to give the cards a bunch of cuts, and if the face up card shows, just cut it back into the middle somewhere. It doesn't matter, and we'll give a little mix like this to mix the cards up a little further. To make this work, what I want to try to do is see if we can make a coincidence happen. And the first question is always, do you believe in coincidence? Yeah, me too. What a coincidence. You see, just don't use the joke. It's a bad joke. But let's say they say yes, no, whatever the case is. What I'm going to do is I'm actually split the cards. There's 52 cards in the deck. I'll use 26 and 26. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. My mom would be so proud of me that I can count to 26. A card was selected at random. I have one card faced up. It was placed back somewhere. Cards were cut. Cards were mixed. What's interesting, however, is that sometimes coincidences do happen. You see, because I'm going to deal down just like this. And I'm going to go all the way down until we get to my face-up card. Let's see. Almost there, I think. Because you'll see that sometimes the strangest things can happen. Because right here we end up with my face-up card here. And you selected a card completely at random, placed it back anywhere, cut the cards, mixed the cards, and we end up with one card right at the same position of the 10 of spades. And would you believe it or not, it would be your card, the 6 of diamonds. A perfect coincidence. And you know, I'm not a big believer in coincidence. You know, I mean, you know, things just happen like that. Maybe it's fate, and I can prove it. You see, because that's why I got an ace here, and that's why I got an ace here, and that's why I got an ace here and an ace here, and we actually got all 4 aces as well. Not only that, I'll go one further, because not only is this the red ace, if you look here, you separated all the red cards, because all the red cards are with this ace, and with the black ace, you find all the black cards here with it, just like that. With this red ace, you'll find all the red cards just like this, and with this black one, you'll find all the black ones just like that. An incredible coincidence, maybe. And there you have it. That is Contact Colors from Aldo Colombini. Let's go ahead and look at the explanation. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the explanation for this effect. Let's start with the simple setup. Very simple. You're going to take out all the black cards like this. You're going to place one black ace at the face and one black ace at the back, just like that. That is that setup. And the same for the red. The red, it doesn't matter what order it's in, as long as you have ace on top, ace on the bottom. Same concept, you're set to go. Then you're going to take these cards and either place it on top or bottom. Again, it doesn't matter which direction it goes. That is your setup. Red ace, red cards, red ace, black ace, black cards, black ace, and you're set to go. Now the thing that I start with is the Ireland shuffle, which essentially allows you to keep the cards separated in red-black order. It doesn't disturb it. Remember, because it doesn't matter about the order of all the cards, it just remembers that they're separated, that they're red and black. And what that looks like is this. I'm going to start off by peeling off the top card, which is one card. And then I'm going to grab a bunch of cards in chunks and just do a regular overhand shuffle. And as I get closer to the middle, I want to start peeling the cards one by one to not mix those cards in the center. Just to reverse them. And then once I'm past the center, I'm going to go ahead and grab a bunch of other cards, do chunks, and keep going until the last card is placed on top, just like this. Just for explanation's sake, I'll do a face up so you can see exactly what that looks like and what's happening with the cards, because it still keeps the order separated and keeps the aces where they need to be. So I begin by peeling off one card, grab chunks of cards, it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to start going one by one until I clear the middle once I know I'm past the center, because I want to make sure that I don't mix these cards. Notice how the aces still stay in order. And now, once I'm past the middle, I can do chunks of cards, like 2 or 3 cards at a time. And then as I get closer to the bottom, I want to keep going until I peel one card left on top, which is that last ace, just like this. And all it did is essentially reverse the order, mixes some of the red cards, some of the black cards, but it keeps your aces in the same position. That's the Ireland shuffle. The next thing I want to do is go into the effect. So I'm going to end up taking a card from the top. And there's 2 ways you can play this. You can say, I'm going to take a card from the top. And you can tell the spectator, I want you to take a card from the bottom. Or I'll show you the way I do it. But just in case, I just wanted to tell you that you can have, you know, just for the context of the effect, you can say, I'm going to take one from the top portion. Sorry, just one. And then tell the spectator, I want you to pick one from the bottom. You could do it that way. What I do is I begin by dribbling the cards, and I just stop somewhere and say, I'm going to take a card for myself. In this case, it'll be the 5 of hearts. And I have to place that card in the middle between the red and black cards, or between the 2 aces that are in the center. So I could pull up at the back until I see the 2 aces, and then place it in between. Or what I like to do is I fan the cards towards myself. I'm going to give you an exposed view, because the audience is usually in front of me. And I'll take the 5 and say, look, I'm going to take my card, I'm going to place it face up, somewhere inside the middle, but really I'm just placing it in between these 2 aces. So the spectators see that, close it up, and say the card is in the middle. I can tell them it's in the middle, it's not a secret. Then I say, I would like you to pick a card. So I'm going to dribble to the cards like this, and I want you to say stop. So all I have to do is make sure that the card is selected from underneath my face-up card, and which is pretty easy, because usually you'll see, like, when you have a face-up card, especially in a worn deck, you'll see a mark of where that face-up card is. So I just leave a dribble from the few at the bottom. If they go too close towards the middle, I just drop the whole thing and just tell them, oh, you got to be a little bit faster. So I would do it like this. Oh, say stop. They're not saying stop. I say, oh, you got to be a little bit faster than that. Thank you. And do it one more time. They say stop. Let's say they say stop here. What you need to do is take this right packet and you're going to place it off to the side just like this, because this is going to be part of the procedure in a second. You're going to show them this card, which is the Queen of Spades. That'll be their selection. You don't have to look at it. So take a look at it, and then you're going to place it on the top portion that you just placed down. So now it goes, notice it goes from this packet to this packet. They look at the card, it gets placed on this packet, and the rest of the cards go on top. And it does two things. A, it sets up the effect for you, so the actual mathematics of the trick will work in the positioning of it. And the second, not actually mathematics, just the positioning of it. And the second thing is that it makes it look a little messy, which I like too. Then you get the spectator to cut the cards, and they can cut as much as they like. It's up to them. All right. One more thing that you can add, and I'll add a link to a video that talks about this, is you can add a Charlier shuffle, which it looks like you're mixing the cards, but really it doesn't actually mix the cards. It just looks like you're shuffling the cards, but you're just cutting the cards. It's the same procedure as this. We take some cards from the top, take some cards from the bottom and put those on top, top to the bottom, top to the bottom. I won't spend too much time on this because I've covered it before. I'll link to the video if you're interested in learning the exact procedure for that in more detail. But what that does is you just keep the cards in the same position. Now you can show them their card is in the middle. What I like to do is just make sure it's in this position somewhere in the top, maybe 10 cards down, whatever the case is. Personally, I like to have it on the top portion. So why I say that, so you can spread this cards like this. You see it's here, you can just come and cut it and bring it back to the top. Right? So I want that face-up card within like the top 10 to 15 cards or so. So that allows you to do that just by setting up that positioning. So once it's there, I say, you know, there's 52 cards in a deck. I want to cut this right down the middle and try my luck and see if we can have a coincidence take place. I'm going to count off 26 cards. I count by twos. You can do whatever you want. You want to count singular. All you want to do is not reverse the order, right? You want to keep the order the same. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So now we have 2 piles of cards. I square these up just like this. And now I'm ready to go into the effect. I say 1 card is face up. I'm going to see if we can have a coincidence. Start dealing in front of the packet just like I'm doing here until you come to the face up card. When you get to the face up card, because of the way you positioned it earlier, their selection is going to be directly across from it. So I'm going to go through just like this. And then there's my face up card. So now I can show there's a face of 5, 1 face down card, could be any card. We cut, we shuffled, but it happens to be your card, the Queen of Spades. A perfect match. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's fate, maybe it's more than coincidence, and I can prove that it's more than coincidence because not only that, now if you just flip over every single card in the packet, it shows the 4 aces. Already amazing, right? And now we're already a bonus kicker. Then you can go one further and say, not only that, even though we shuffled and mixed the cards, that ace attracts all the red cards. The black ace has all the black cards next to it. This red ace has all the red cards next to it. And this black ace has all the black cards next to it. And it's a wonderful conclusion to an incredible effect. I hope you enjoy it. It's really, really, truly powerful. Go out there, perform it. Maybe perform it for New Year's. And I hope you enjoy. If you got any questions or anything like that, drop a comment down below. And Happy New Year, everybody. We look forward to seeing you in 2023. Enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next episode.